Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Sauce. It's the backup channel backing Celeb up and bringing you all the breaking news. Soulja Boy, aka Big Draco, loves to flex and talk about how he's the first hip-hop artist to have his own gaming console. However, a whole bunch of his fans are not happy with Soulja because they purchased the Soulja Boy TRDR Pocket gaming consoles last year for $400 and they still have not received their packages. Now, a whole bunch of those people who've been waiting over 365 days for the UPS truck or the FedEx truck to pull up have gone online and they've started calling your boy Soulja Boy a scammer. For example, a few days ago, one person took to Instagram and wrote, quote, "It's February 5th, 2023. Soulja Boy is still a scammer. Where's my TRDR Pocket I was supposed to receive a year ago when I ordered it? You have no morals by trying to steal from fans who support you, God knows." End quote. Well, after being called a scammer, Soulja Boy jumped online to defend his good name and to give his customers an update. Soulja Boy said, quote, "The microchip shortage in China restricted it, but we'll ship them all new ones that are upgraded and double the price they paid for free. New ones are $400 with AI, old ones were $200. They ship this Friday. Sorry for the delay, my brother." End quote. Now, after that tweet, Soulja Boy sent out another tweet that said, quote, "Soulja Boy Game 2.0 ships Friday with AI. At TRDR Pocket, at Soulja Boy Game, everyone gets a free one if you ordered the 1.0. Thank you for your patience." End quote. I don't know. I understand that there was a pandemic that backed up the chips, but I'm saying you can't wait a whole year before you come out and let the customers know what's going on. I mean, they were waiting for that package a year ago. Come on, Soulja Boy. I mean, let's put it in perspective. If I purchased a Nintendo console back in 1988, I don't want it showing up to my door in 2023. You know what I mean? But check it out, while we're talking about companies and their customer service, I have got to share this next story with you. A guy named Austin Sims who works in a store called Cups Coffee and Tea in Roanoke, Virginia, got tired of people coming into the store being rude all the time when they were ordering stuff, so he decided to make a change. Austin put up a sign in the store that says the more impolite you are, the more you pay for your stuff. That's right, you walk into that store with an attitude, you're paying $5 for a cup of coffee. But if you come in really nice, you pay $1.75. Cause the sign says, quote, "One small coffee, $5. One small coffee, please, $3. Hello, I'd like one small coffee, please, $1.75. End quote. And each one of these phrases indicates what the customer should say to receive the most inexpensive price. The less rude you are, the better. Now get this. When asked why he put the sign up with the price changes, Austin said, quote, "I decided because I need to solve all the injustices of the world to start charging more for people who didn't take the time to say hello and connect and realize we're all people behind the counter." End quote. Listen, is your man Austin right? Should nasty, rude, disrespectful people have to pay more for products and services when they go into the store? I mean, you walk in and you're mad nice, so you get your coffee for $1.75. But your nasty Aunt Nancy, she walks into the store with an attitude all rude, so she gotta pay $5. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. Should companies be able to charge rude people with a nasty people surcharge? Now check it out. A whole bunch of people watched the Grammys the other night, and some people were feeling it, but some people weren't. And now, Snoop Dogg has something to say about the show. After the Grammys aired, Snoop took to Instagram and he posted a picture that said, "Rappers with the most Grammy Awards." And then it said Jay-Z 24, Kanye West 24, Kendrick Lamar 17, Eminem 15, and Pharrell 13. And then down in the caption, it said Snoop Dogg 20 nominations, 0 wins. I don't even understand how that happens. I mean, how does Snoop Dogg not have a Grammy? I mean, not only should he have a Grammy, but they should be working on a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award for Snoop Dogg. That's crazy. I mean, Snoop done gave us the hip-hop album. Snoop's done given us the gospel album. Snoop's done given us the reggae album. I mean, Snoop's done it all. And he did it all with a blunt in his mouth while he was cooking chicken with Martha Stewart. I mean, can we please give this man his Grammy already? And while we're talking about the Grammys, the other day I reported that Chris Brown was acting bad at the Grammys, and somebody came in the comments and they were like, Sauce, you foul, you acting like TMZ, you trying to sensationalize stuff, because you talked about everything that Chris Brown did wrong, but you didn't mention that he came back and he apologized. Listen, I did my show before he apologized. Therefore, because I'm not clairvoyant, I had no way of knowing that to put it in. Trust me, I do not have a personal vendetta against Chris Brown where I'm trying to do everything in my YouTube power to bring him down. It is not that serious. So yes, Chris Brown did eventually apologize to Robert Glasper after initially acting like a spoiled entitled brat after his album Breezy Deluxe lost to Robert Glasper's album during the Grammys. And listen, you can get mad at me if you want to, but I think that the way that Chris Brown acted was immature, and I don't like to see any 30, 40-year-old man acting like a little kid on the internet. You know why? Because if you can't control your feelings as a grown man, you don't need a Grammy, you need therapy. Now check it out, I got one more Grammy story and then I'm done with it until next year. The other night, Madonna got up on stage because she was introducing Sam Smith and Kim Petras, the transgender chick who won a Grammy, right? And they were getting ready to do their song Unholy. But Madonna gave a speech, and while she's giving a speech, the camera panned into her face. And when that happened, social media went crazy, and they started talking about how jacked up Madonna looked. Well, now Madonna has had time to read through some of those nasty posts, and she has responded to the criticism with a post of her own. Madonna wrote, quote, "Instead of focusing on what I said in my speech, which was about giving thanks for the fearlessness of artists like Sam and Kim, many people chose to only talk about close-up photos of me taken with a long lens camera by a press photographer that would distort anyone's face. Once again, I am caught in the glare of ageism and misogyny that permeates the world we live in, a world that refuses to celebrate women past the age of 45 and feels the need to punish her if she continues to be strong-willed, hard-working, and adventurous." End quote. Look, I think people were going way too hard on Madonna. I mean, the woman is 64 years old and she did a thing for a very long time. I mean, she managed to be the it girl for a very, very long time. You gotta understand, she's not gonna age as well as like a Felicia Rashad who's like 74 or a Debbie Allen who's like 73. You know why? Because they got the cocoa butter. Madonna don't have no cocoa butter. Hey yo, let me know if you think Madonna is right. Do you think that the reason why they were coming down on her about her looks is because of ageism and misogyny? Let me know in the comments. Now, that's enough about Madonna. Let's talk about your boy Boosie. During a recent appearance on the Get Your A Up podcast, Boosie Badass shared a theory about why he thinks that Kanye West is out in these streets wilding out. According to Boosie, Ye may believe that he's Jesus reincarnated. Boosie also offered supporting evidence to back up his theory. Boosie said, quote, "I think Kanye thought he was Jesus. He named his name Jesus. His clothes look like Jesus when he got stabbed on them. His slippers look like Jesus sandals. I think he thought he was Jesus. I think he thought he was Jesus. He was talking about how he felt the Jews was. He was deliberately dogging blacks." End quote. Hey yo, what Bible is Boosie reading? Because in the one that I read, Jesus was neither anti-Semitic nor did he hate on black people. But let's move on. Boosie went on to say, quote, "When you see him, his hair's growing on his face looking like this, like Don Jesus, scrapes on his clothes, look at his slippers. Might be true, might be wrong, but it sure looks like it to me." End quote. Listen, I think that Boosie's theory is very interesting, and I really hope that Ye is not running around here delusional thinking that he's Jesus. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that Ye has the God complex? And do you think that Ye's fans contributed to the God complex by running around here calling him Yeezus? Listen, y'all better be careful running around in these streets calling Ye Yeezus, because we're not supposed to be out here worshiping false idols. And two, it might work against you. You might need Jesus one day and you might call on him and he might not come, because when you call his name, he might be like, you want me now? I thought you were calling Yeezus. Listen, on to the next story. In a recent interview with the Flip the Script podcast, Jim Jones was asked who started the crew mixtapes in hip-hop, and Jim Jones said Dipset started the mixtape movement. Jim said, quote, "We started the mixtape movement, and it wasn't a crew mixtape. We were making real albums and putting them out as mixtapes. G-Unit was doing replays of other people's beats and making mixtapes. It was a big difference. We was using our mixtapes as albums to promote our real albums, and off those mixtapes, we were taking singles that the people started loving and started putting them on the real albums. But even in that, we put the Dipset mixtape out first before G-Unit put their mixtape out. Now Google it." End quote. Well, after Jim Jones said that, 50 Cent crept up in the comments and he simply wrote, quote, "He lying, lol," end quote. Listen, as far as I'm concerned, G-Unit and Dipset are full of crap. Because if it wasn't for DJs like DJ Clue and DJ Ron G, who were putting out mixtapes in Queens, New York on Jamaica Ave in front of the Coliseum back in the days, neither one of these dudes would have been doing it. Yeah, they might have revamped it and put their own stamp on it, but the bottom line is, they got the idea from people who were already doing it, and they need to really give credit where credit is really due. Listen, 50 Cent and Jim Jones arguing about who created the mixtape game in New York is like me coming on here talking about I created YouTube. It's absolutely nuts. Now check it out. I'm starting to think something's going on and these artists know something that we don't know about because they all seem to be selling their catalogs. First, Dr. Dre sold his catalog for about $250 million. Then Justin Bieber came through and sold his for about $200,000. And now, the estate of the late Michael Jackson has made plans to sell a portion of his catalog for close to, get this, $1 billion. According to reports, 3 sources have confirmed that the estate is in the process of selling half of its interest in Michael Jackson's catalog for between $800 million and $900 million. Although details remain unclear, Sony Music and a possible financial partner are named as the likely buyers of Jackson's publishing, which will include recorded music revenues, the MJ the Musical Broadway show, and the upcoming biopic Michael, and possibly a few more assets. Listen, honestly, I find this whole thing fascinating because now that all of these artists are selling off their catalogs, we can really see how much their music is worth. Because according to these numbers, half of Michael Jackson's catalog is worth 4 times a Dr. Dre and 5 times a Bieber. Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celebrity news. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.